Hello, Digidestin. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so we recently just got another new Wargreymon card. Okay, cool. I wanted to go over it because I honestly think this card might have a place in Wargreymon tribal decks because these days a lot of them can basically go together. Like you can play if you're playing like what I do, I usually focus on Black Wargreymon and Gaiomon. You can actually tech in Wargreymon cards in there. Like for a long time I would play the Raid Wargreymon in my deck, and sometimes I still do tech in just in case. And in a lot of Wargreymon themed decks, like that focus on the red variant, I've seen a lot of people tech in like Black Wargreymon X, for defense and all that. So you can, again, they really go hand in hand, to be perfectly honest. So I wanted to go over this new one, and as well as the new tamer that goes with it, the Owen, right? Yeah, Owen. I wanted to go over it because I do think there's something here. So that's pretty much the entire intro. Really quick, thank you so much if you've already subscribed, but if you haven't already, we would really appreciate it. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and if we do hit that goal before summer, let's just say the other members of the channel are going to be forcing me to do a punishment. Let's go with that. So, that's pretty much it. Now, let's start off with the new Wargreymon really quick. Now, I really like this artwork. I think it's pretty cool. So, it's a play cost 11, level 6, vaccine mega dragonkin. Okay, that makes sense. 11,000 DP. That's kind of low actually. Like a lot of them usually have, a lot of the level 6s these days usually have minimum 1,200 DP. Interesting. When this card would be played, reduce the play cost by 2 for each of your opponent's Digimon. Okay, that's really interesting because usually it says on play you can digivolve. Also, really quick, it can digivolve for 3 from level 5. That's not too bad actually. All right, we'll discuss this after. Let's go over the rest of the card first. It has rush, raid, and blocker. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. It has blocker built in, which is really nice. All turns, once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, this Digimon may unsuspend. Okay, oh, that's a pretty good card. Okay, so first off, it doesn't have a when Digivolvement effect. Kind of stinks, but to be able to play this card and the fact that you can reduce its play cost by 2 for each of your opponent's Digimon, like this card really does scream to me. It's more of a mid game to late game kind of card. Like, let's say hypothetically you're really like you and your opponent are both like kind of spent on your Digimon. You're basically just trying to hit for game. You could draw into this, and if your opponent has like a bunch of Digimon on field, you can basically just plop this down. This is actually kind of nice. I like that. And the fact that it has raid already, which means you could basically just attack your opponent's security, raid one of their Digimon, and it'll unsuspend. So you basically get 2 attacks. That's pretty cool. And the fact that it has blocker, and the craziest one, it has rush. So literally, you could just go through your turn, attack, 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 clear up their securities, and just plop this card down and go for rush for game. Okay, this card's pretty good. I like this card. Oh man, dang, not much else to say. This is a really good card. Also, really quick, I want to go over the tamer that goes with it. You know what? Screw it. Let's also go with the. Let's also talk about really quick the Digitama because there could be something here too. Now, it's a Gigimon. Now I know personally I would have prefer I do prefer Koromon, but I do like Gigimon. A very good friend of mine way back in the day, his favorite Digimon was Guilmon, and I even played Guilmon a little bit too. Once upon a time, just because it is a cool deck. So let's see. All right, it's a level 2, obviously. In training, less okay. Liberator. Okay, your turn once per turn when an opponent's security stack is removed from one of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Reptile or Dragonkin in trait in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. That's pretty cool because think of it, you could swing with like your Metal Greymon and remove security, and you could Digivolve into like because remember, Black Wargreymon, Wargreymon, and Black Wargreymon X Guilemon are all Dragonkin. So you could use this card in Wargreymon decks if you really want. So that's kind of cool, actually. It's not too bad. The Tamer, though, is the one I really want to talk about. Owen Dreadnought. Now, if I remember right, this is a new character in the Liberators manga, or I think it's not a manga. No, it's a web series, right? It's a web comic, right. I gotta catch up with that. I'm pretty behind, if I'm being honest with you. He's new character. He's the new Wargreymon character, and also not just Wargreymon. I think his thing is like he has is like reptiles and like all these new reptile Digimon that have been coming out lately. I think that's more. I think that's his thing apparently. So if you've kept up with Liberators, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty behind. So it's a red 3 cost. Okay, that's pretty cool. Start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Okay, so it's not a memory setter, but instead you can gain back a memory. That's pretty cool, actually, because like let's say hypothetically we have one of the red, like the black or the red Tai Kamiya in play, we can use this to gain a memory. That's pretty cool. End of your turn. By suspending this tamer, one of your Digimon with the reptile or dragonkin trait gains piercing for the rest of the turn, then that Digimon attacks. Okay, that's pretty cool. Think about it. If we're playing the BT8 Metal Greymon, our Digimon like Black Wargreymon, Gaiomon, Wargreymon, since they're all Dragonkin, can attack unsuspended Digimon. And thanks to this, also, since we can use this during the end of the turn, and literally not only can they attack, but think of it, it'll give it piercing, and you could swing over unsuspended Digimon. That's always been one of the coolest things I wish we could do when using BT8 Metal Greymon, that it gave it piercing. But you got to use the BT12 Metal Greymon in order to gain piercing, but we don't always use that one. It's like a back and forth thing. And this card's actually pretty good because think of it. You can use that same Metal Greymon in order to basically play this card for free from your hand because it lets you play red and black tamers. Okay, there's some stuff I think here that can maybe be a thing for Borg Greymon decks basically. So that's pretty much everything. I think these cards are pretty cool. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm always happy to see some new War Greymon cards. That's just how much I love Greymon cards. So, but let me know in the comments what you think of this card. I think it might have a place, and I really do think that there's something with that new War Greymon. It might be a Tekken for a War Greymon themed deck, so I'm being honest with you. But hey, this is my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good week. Thank you so much if you got this far. Take care. Bye.